What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. Magic's got the head banging going. I like it. Looking good down there, buddy.
What the hell's going on with my hair right now? Wow.
You got the hair going right now. Yeah. Papa Dude back with us today on a Saturday as well. We got a loaded show, so let's get right to it. It's Papa Dude's first segments here for sure, because a huge weekend of college, or huge Saturday of college basketball, I should say, kicks off with Kansas and Baylor. Papa Dude. Baylor 4.5-point favorites at home. Total sits at 144.5. Who you got to kick us off on this one?
Well, we talked about this Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
How it's odd that Kansas is minus 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Late in February. Actually, it's March. Very, very
so late. It's March. Yeah,
right. And they're not playing very well. That loss at home to BYU the other night. When's the last time you saw them do that late in the season, lose a game at home?
Like in a while.
It has. Baylor proved a lot to me last week when they almost beat Houston, took them to overtime, and they were way behind in that game. Yep. And they made a comeback. Houston then beat them, which is what Houston does. They beat them in overtime. And then they had to go out on the road to TCU right after that and didn't have any trouble beating them. That's a sign they're coming on. Give me the Bears today at minus 4.5 over Kansas.
All right, Magic. Are you going to go with the Gur Bears, or what are you going to do here?
I like the under on this one. Kansas, their last 5 games, has gone 1 over 4 unders, and Baylor really not scoring a whole lot. Jayhawks still without McCullough, so I'll go with the McCullough Jr. So I'll go with the under total.
I'm going to go Baylor. I think Baylor gets it done. I'm with Papa Dude. I think they're going to win this game today. I think they're a better team. I think this Kansas team just isn't great, especially with the injuries. So I'm going to go with the Bears as well to kick us off. All right, let's go Marquette and Creighton next. This is another one we talked about on our show, Papa Dude. Official line is out. Creighton minus 4.5. Total sits 152.5. Do you like Creighton today?
I do. At home. I chickened out, though, making it a best bet. Just think Marquette may play them closer than that. I don't like that 4.5. I think it ought to be 2.5, something like that, and then I would have been all over it. But anytime Creighton's in Omaha, you got to look at them pretty close. Won't surprise me if they beat them by 6 or 7. But I'm going to go Marquette plus the 4.5.
All right, Marquette plus 4.5. Magic, who you got?
Damn, well, I was going to go Marquette, but I was hoping that Tyler Kolek was going to play. Aaron Marshall is saying he's out. So
okay.
Damn.
Creighton.
I don't know. I'll still go with Marquette just because they've won 11 of their last 12. And Creighton's been pretty up and down. Like, they have a big win, and then they lose to St. John's. And then they get a win, and could this be a letdown? I don't know. So I'll go with Marquette, but that I don't know if I like that.
Creighton, big win for Creighton today.
Well, if this guy's out, I may change my mind and go with Creighton. I didn't know he was out.
Creighton, big win for Creighton.
I think that flips my bet as well.
Finally, to the SEC, we go Tennessee and Alabama. Alabama's a 2.5-point favorite, despite Tennessee being number 4 in the country. But the game is at Alabama. Total sits at 169.5. Who you got, Papa Dude?
Well, I think Tennessee's a fraud at number 4. I guess somebody has to be number 4. The top 3 are pretty solid, but then it gets dicey after that. I think they're a fraud. I think Alabama smokes them today. Give me the Crimson Tide over the Volunteers.
Magic?
I mean, I was going to go Tennessee, but Papa Dude's very heavy on Alabama, so I'll say Tennessee, but listen to the college basketball expert.
I'm going Alabama as well in this one. I think they're laying for them. I think it's a really tough place to go win. I think Alabama gets it done. So give me the Crimson Tide today against the Volunteers. All right, let's get to the big stuff happening in racing now. Let's go to the Fountain of Youth with a major story, and stop me if you've ever heard this one before. Our scratches in 3-year-old races. It just seems like it is a jinxed division the last 3 or 4 years. 3 scratches out of the Fountain of Youth make it a field of 5 now. Merritt is out. I think he still hasn't finished yesterday's race that he ran in. But also then the big ones, Victory Avenue is out and Locked also out. Field of 5. Magic, we'll start with you. Who do you like now in the Fountain of Youth?
I mean, I I'm mad that Locked is out because I was so excited to bet against him and have money taken on a horse that isn't my top pick in here, Dornoch. And I loved Dornoch coming into this race, almost singled him before the scratches. And then now with the scratches, I'm even more strongly in favor of Dornoch. Not just the fact that he's won the Remsen over Sierra Leone, who came back and it looked really great in the Risen Star. Not the fact that he's 2 for 2 going 2 turns. Not the fact that he's Mage's full effing brother. He's got Luis Saez, and without Victory Avenue in here, I think the Saez lets Speakeasy go to the lead early. Tracks just off of him, and we've had some questions about Speakeasy's distance. I think right off the turn, Dornoch's going to get on him and go past, so Dornoch for the win.
All right, Dornoch for Magic. Puppy Dude, who you got in this one?
I have absolutely nothing to add. I think this race was handed to Dornoch with those scratches, no doubt. Can't pick a horse that's only ran one time. I don't give a shit how good he is. Can't pick him. Dornoch all the way.
I kind of agree with both of you guys. I think the race was handed to either Dornoch or Speakeasy. I think Speakeasy can win if Dornoch doesn't get out of the gate very well, doesn't get positioning, stuff like that. It is a situation now where Dornoch and Speakeasy, I mean, if the jockeys are smart, right, they should just control this race. All the other paces out of it. They should be able to just set kind of mild fractions and make it a match race. And I'm kind of with you guys. I just kind of feel like no matter how good Speakeasy is, Dornoch's got the, it's first of all, it's questionable who's the better horse to begin with talent-wise. And then the second part of it is there's so much more of an experience edge for Dornoch. And I kind of see it like you guys kind of, laid it out. Like I think Dornoch goes to the lead, Speakeasy's just off, or Speakeasy goes to the lead and Dornoch's just off. And I think Dornoch will just kind of outclass him down the lane. The problem is, what's he going off at, Magic? Like, is Dornoch going to be 3-5 now?
Yeah. I mean, Speakeasy will take some money, but not a ton. Not enough to make Dornoch playable in this. But I think you have to go with an exacta. And if you want to go exacta, you don't want to just go 5-1. I did like Real Macho before the scratches to possibly pull the upset here. He looked like a much better horse when he took the blinkers off last race. So a 5-4 exacta if the one really can't handle the distance, though he should. A mile and the 16th at Gulfstream still is speed favoring.
I think with Carl Ramrod's point, he said Speakeasy can get to the lead and never even see Dornoch if he's good enough, and experience doesn't matter. I think that's 100% right. I think that's how he wins it. I was talking to a buddy of mine this morning, and I said I'm more worried about Speakeasy being a fraud than I am Dornoch being just too good for him. I am way on the fence on what Speakeasy is, but if you're picking him, A, I don't blame you one bit, and B, that's what you want to see, and that can happen. I won't be shocked at all if he just takes him gate to wire, and maybe he's a little bit more ready for this race because he's had a recent race where Dornoch hasn't. I mean, but I tend to lean, as I was getting ready to say it, but Curtis brought it up. I'm not going to say he's hidden scroll, but I tend to lean more of he's a hidden scroll than he's a mage, right? And you just never know until they keep running. But I just look back at that last race he ran and thought that might be a little bit of a faulty number. And if it is, I don't think he's going to be able to get it done. But look, I think with the scratches, he's the one that, because to me, Dornoch was going to be pretty tough no matter what. But with all the scratches, Speakeasy's chance went from, I don't like him very well, to he can absolutely win. The setup is going to be perfect for him. But still, is he good enough? We're going to know top of the stretch when they ask those horses to run if he kicks on or not. But he's not impossible now, that's for sure, after these scratches, because they lost major speed out of this race. So, but we're all on Dornoch on top. Now let's go to this one, a little bit tougher race now.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the Gotham. A couple scratches out of this, but shouldn't be anything too significant. Magic, who do you like in the Gotham?
I like the 8 Bergen in here at 9-2, winner of the Jimmy Wingfield last out. There's a few horses, Muddy Track at Aqueduct, and there's actually quite a few horses in here that have success on muddy tracks. He's one of them. The favorite's one of them. But I think with the speed that's in here, there's not so much speed it'll be a collapse anymore, but there is still a lot of front-end speed. He likes to sit just off a little bit, and I think he's right in the middle of the pack. I think that's a good spot for Manny Franco to find the right position for him. So I'll go with Bergen in here, but this is a much more exciting race from a betting and handicapping standpoint than the Fountain of Youth has become.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you can say whatever you want about the Gotham and its lack of productivity for the Derby in the past and maybe this year as well. But hey, it's a full field. It's kind of a fun race. We had a full field at Oaklawn that really wasn't that fun. This one is because there's a lot of ways you can go on it. Papa Dude, where'd you end up in the Gotham?
I like the 8 as well. Bergen. I do. 100K win last time. Didn't just win. Won by 5 1/4. That's pretty good. Doing the same thing on the favorite, just a touch. It's 1-1 race. Sorry, not enough for me. I really like the 7 the best, though. Grandeo, or however you pronounce it.
Sticking with him, huh?
I am. I just like this horse. He lost by a nose the last time, right at the end. They're shortening it up just a little bit. Will that make a difference? I'm going to go with the New York bred El Grande O, but I like Bergen as well.
All right, El Grande O there for Papa Dude. All right, I've got a theory on this race that's different from what you're going to hear everywhere else, okay? I think there's kind of speed that have been showing themselves at Aqueduct, and I think there's just a touch. I think just a touch is going to clear a lot of those horses that have been on the lead at Aqueduct previously. And I almost think just a touch might be for real. Like, he looked that good for me. And for me, if he's for real, I think he'll win. And I think he'll kick clear of these horses and not let them bother him. I think we're going to know up the backside, because if he's kind of got horses surrounding him, then I do have a horse like Deterministic, a horse like Capital Idea, and a horse like Burgeon also on the tickets. But I just have this feeling just a touch is going to be good enough to kind of get away from the rest of them and not have that pace bother him. So I went with the 10 on top, but I did go deep in the race, and I played all closers after the 10, because to me it's just like, okay, if somebody's going gate to wire, it's the 10, and if it's going to melt down, I got 3 closers I really like in this race. So that's just my theory on it. We'll kind of see how it shakes out. I think that's going to be interesting to watch. Like I said, it's going to be a very fun race for sure. All right, let's get to the best bets, and let's get to Magic's first. I'm going to let you go first today, Magic.
My hair did not take the day off, Dennis. If you woke up on time and started the show, you would have seen why my hair looked like that. But yeah, I'm going to go to Laurel Park again. Race 9, number 3, Intrepid Dream. A 6-year-old mare who was raced 5 times. She ran once as a 2-year-old. She ran twice as a 3-year-old. She ran twice as a 4-year-old. We haven't seen her since November of 2022. And that would make you think, why the hell are you playing this horse as a best bet? Well, the horse is 4 for 5 lifetime. The only time she ever lost was when she completely blew the brake, jumped in the air, and spotted the field 14 lengths. Other than that, she has won by open lengths in her last few races. She's never had an issue with the slop. She's never had an issue with the layoff. She's got Javian Toledo, who is 4 for 8 winners for trainer Gary Capuano, 6 of 8 hitting the board. She's not a need the lead type, even though she's projected to have the early lead here. She should sit a really nice trip here. Just 6 horses. The 6 horse itself is the second choice, Lady Brew, and she's taking a class drop here, but she also is one that comes from way off of it. If Intrepid Dream doesn't get bothered up front and get bothered early, I really think that the 3 Intrepid Dream's going to win this one pretty handily. And also, like, she's 6 years old. She's a homebred. Like, if they wanted to, like, breed her, she would have been bred by now, right? She missed her entire 5-year-old campaign. Why would you bring her back at 6 unless you thought she still had something left in the tank? So give me the 3 Intrepid Dream at Laurel Park.
All right, Intrepid Dream in race 9. That's the number 3 horse there at Laurel. I'm going to go to Gulfstream for mine. I thought this was a day that was very, very tough to single out one horse that you loved at Gulfstream. I thought every winner that I'm betting today, it's like, yeah, I don't love that horse, but I like that horse. I ended up liking the number 5 Kingsbarn the most in the 6th race today at Gulfstream. I know Magic hates this play, but to me, this is a very weak field, and he's better than these horses. And I think that's all it comes down to. I think I kind of talked to some people in the Pletcher barn. They said, listen, he's doing really well. We expect he's going to run a good race. He's healthy. Everything's fine. So if you think Kingsbarns is, going to fire a pretty good race, his quote unquote pretty good race is going to beat that group today. It's as simple as that for me. So I'm just betting that he comes back and he fires a good one, and we're able to get this one home. So I'm going to go Gulfstream Park, race 6, number 5 Kingsbarns, Papa Dude, who you like today?
Well, I can't let Magic's pick go by without a discussion, and I'm not knocking the pick at all because Magic knows a hell of a lot more than I do. But have you ever seen a horse that's 6 years old that's only won 5 times when it's won 4 of the 5? Have you ever seen that? Ever?
Not weird.
Think about it.
Maybe a Baffert, like randomly, but yeah. Otherwise, it's very
odd. Why would they not run that horse?
She got problems staying healthy. That's what her issue is.
She just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But when she's healthy, she's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The vet didn't scratch her, so she must be okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's really weird, isn't it? That the horse is brittle, I guess. Yep. It only has 1 race a year, but runs great.
Yep.
It's a strange. I don't think I've ever seen that. You know, I've seen maybe where they're 6 years old and they haven't ever won.
Right.
Maybe just ran one or won once, but this is really an odd deal. I have to ask about that one. Anyway, I think the logic is solid the way you're going, but boy, it's just interesting that the horse hasn't run. All right, a lot of college basketball today to choose from. This one popped out at me right off the bat. Love the Richmond Spiders. I like to watch them play. They got a big spider on their uniforms. Pretty cool. This is a tough game today. They're playing Virginia Commonwealth. That's a rivalry game. It's at home, though. They're better. They're more consistent. I'm playing on the Richmond consistency against a little bit of an inconsistent VCU team. I think they should be favored by more than this. Give me the Spiders at -2 today at home against VCU.
All right, the Spiders for Papa Dude here at -2. It seems like we talk about VCU and Richmond and these teams a lot, and that just kind of shows you our love for college basketball, the smaller schools especially. Here is Gulfstream. We're going to go 5-8, I believe, in the third at Gulfstream. My goodness, they started so early today. All right, Richmond Spiders for Papa Dude. All right, sirs. I click the right button. There we go. All right, here are the picks for today. I'm going to go Gulfstream Park Race 6, number 5, Kings Barnes. Magic's going to go Laurel Park Race 9, number 3, Intrepid Dream. And Papa Dude taking the Spiders, Richmond, -2. Papa Dude, even though he's been subbing, has been hot. He has got both of our wins. Magic and I are 0 for 4, and we're taking horses off long layoffs to try to break those streaks. That's
at least we're not picking speed and quit horses like happened yesterday. Both of our horses had the lead, look good, and quit.
True. Very true. Good point there.
Going for stalkers off of long layoffs. We're trying to mix it up here.
It's just so frustrating, this is. It's so tough.
Yeah.
People, they'll look at me and go, well, what's hard about that? We'll try it. Just freaking try it, They don't understand the point spread aspect of it, and you don't make any money when you pick one that's a solid favorite, and they don't get that. They don't understand. Why can't you get an easy, there's lots of easy games to pick. They don't get the part. No, that's not what we do.
I just tell them to piss off when they ask me that. So
I just tell them to try it. I just tell them to sit down and keep track of it. Do it for a week and see how good you do.
Yeah. What was I getting at? I was going to say something of purpose, and then.
Is it about the photo at Gulfstream?
No. I believe that's 5-8 at Gulfstream. Top pick winner, by the way. That's nice to see that one come in there at 3-1. So that's good. Anyway, I know what I was going to say. We are Magic and I are 0 for 4. Papa Dude's 2-0. We're down $215 for the week, but we're still up $1,000 even for the year. So that's kind of cool to see those even numbers as long as it stays at 1,000 or more. Yeah, listen, I think the best thing, I know what I was going to say now, the best thing that I could tell anybody watching this, you have to stay mentally stable through all this. You just have to. Perfect example, last night I went on VSiN, I gave out Washington Capitals plus 120, right?
Yeah. Before
I even got to the app to turn on the score or to check the score, it was 2-0. They were behind.
Yeah.
But they won the game 5-2. They won it easy. So that's within a game, the highs and lows of what you're going to feel. And you can't get emotional about it. You can't go over on a day and then go, I'm going to go nuts today, because that's when things get wild. You just have to stay with your system. So, yeah.
And you can't go 3-0 and then go crazy the next day either, because you've got all this confidence going.
You have to just stay mentally on an even keel. I mean, that right there is more than important than handicapping angles and all that. Just staying even keeled. Don't do anything dumb. Realize, put your ego aside and realize it's all variance. You just do the best you can to make the bets that you want to make, and then it's all variance after that. You have no idea, neither does anybody else, once the gates open or the game starts. So keep that in mind. Like I said, we all want to be right and look smart, but the bottom line is you can use any numbers you want, anything you want. You don't know what's going to happen. You just don't. So example, last night or yesterday afternoon, Heather was asking me about, like, what does plus money mean? What does minus money? What is all this stuff? So I was showing her, and we were looking at college hockey games. She goes, I'm going to take Clarkson plus 375 tonight to beat Quinnipiac. I said, well, they're almost the biggest underdogs in hockey. So last night about 10 o'clock, she said, hey, check that game. See if Clarkson won that game. Clarkson won last night. So there you go. She's a winner, and she's never even looked. She didn't even know what plus money meant. And then she won against 3-2 in overtime. Clarkson over.
I'll tell you another thing, too. I'm going to have to explain it to her. She still doesn't know because she doesn't care.
Well, no, she understands now. So
I try to explain that to Sandy, and it goes in,
She wanted to roll it back with Stonehill over Alaska Anchorage last night, and which I don't think that one went well. I think Anchorage beat him pretty bad. So
that's so
anyway. All right, we're going to get off here today. Magic, tell us when the live show is today.
It'll be 12:55 Pacific time, right before the Busher goes off. So we get to watch Just FYI makes her big return. I see Batang talking about Just FYI. We get to see her return. We'll talk about that as it's happening. And then, we'll cover the late pick 4 at Gulfstream, which includes the Fountain of Youth. That'll be the last race we cover. But also in that mix is going to be the Gotham. So lots of fun, lots of exciting action. Bring your hot opinions. Don't be assholes in the chat, but bring your hot opinions to the live show. We'd love to talk to you about it. And depending on what the trading card world is doing, we might have Jared show up. So tune in, see if he is available.
We will see what happens. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here today. We'll be back when Magic said we're going to be back, and hopefully he's got his hair doing something different.
55, I heard it.
It looks like
this is what I look like after handicapping today.
Magic showing you how not to look after some bad beats. So, all right, we're going to get out of here right now. Everybody have a good rest of your day. They've ran 3 at Gulfstream. There's still 11 to go. That's the good news. All right, guys, we'll see you back here in just a little bit. Everybody have a good time before then.